Hey guys, my name is Christine, what is up? So welcome back to my random ass YouTube channel that doesn't really make a lot of sense and is just kind of, random. So today we're actually going to try to do a little bit of cooking. Well, not exactly cook, more just kind of prepare a thing. We're going to be making one of my favorite desserts today. So whenever people ask me what my favorite cake is, I will almost unequivocally say Éclair Cake. And then that's usually followed by a lot of confused looks and people who have no idea what I'm talking about. So today I'm going to make an Éclair Cake with you, and I'm going to show you guys what all the rage is about. So the first thing you need to know about Éclair Cake is that it is arguably not a cake. So according to Wikipedia, cake is a flour confection made from flour, sugar, and other ingredients. There does exist some sugar in a couple of the ingredients, but there isn't really any flour, and we're not making any sort of a spongy cake kind of a thing. So wait, is ice cream cake a cake then? Anyways, so Éclair Cake is essentially just layers of graham crackers and this pudding custard stuff, and then it's all topped with chocolate frosting. Nobody really knows when or where it was invented. I think it became popular in sort of the late 70s or early 80s. I was able to find an article in Quaint Cooking that sort of mentioned it as being a popular thing back in 1982 in Pittsburgh. But I've always thought of Éclair Cake as more of like a southern thing. So when I was a kid back home in Virginia, Éclair Cake was like one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving dinner. It always seemed to be a staple. And it wasn't until I moved to Washington that I really started encountering people that had no idea what it was. And that's kind of what leads me to believe it's sort of maybe an East Coast thing or a Southern thing. I'm not really sure. It does kind of feel like a Southern dessert. It's got like that rich sweetness you typically find in a Southern dessert. So Éclair Cake actually does taste a lot like an actual Éclair, which also happens to be my favorite donut. So the Éclair dates back to mid-19th century France, where it was actually called pain à la duchesse, which Google translates as Duchess bread. And that's the end of the history lesson. I gotta fill this video up somehow. Okay, so I'm pretty sure there are a million ways to make Éclair Cake, and I'm not a culinary expert or a baker, or is this baking or pastrying? What are we doing? Anyways, I'm going to be following the no-bake Éclair Cake recipe on the Country Cook because that's literally the first one that came up on Google. I think that's the one that I typically go with whenever I make this thing, and it always turns out great. So, okay, so the ingredients that we're going to need are 2 3.5 ounce packages of instant vanilla pudding mix, and I went with the Jell-O because what else are you going to use? So these are actually 3.4 ounces. The recipe calls for 2 3.5 ounce packages. I think that I ran into this last time. I think the 3.4, I mean, why is there always something like that? You're also gonna need 3 cups of milk. I usually go with just the vitamin D whole milk. And you're also gonna need an 8 ounce tub of Cool Whip. I'm going with the zero sugar Cool Whip because I think that's what I used last time and things turned out pretty well. I like to go with zero sugar diet stuff whenever I can, so. You also need 2 sleeves of graham cracker squares, which I have right here, and a 16 ounce container of chocolate frosting. So you're also gonna need this thing, and I don't know how big it is. I just know that I put it in there. Where's my damn tape measure? It looks like 13 by 9. 13 by 9. And you'll also need a mixing bowl. So let's start with the mixing bowl. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is mix together your pudding mix, your milk, and your Cool Whip. So, a little bit of a disclaimer, the Cool Whip has to be thawed, so you can leave it out on the counter for several hours, or I just left it in the refrigerator overnight. So, I've also heard that you can defrost it, but I've never done that. So if your microwave has a defrost option, then do that. In a medium bowl, mix together the pudding mix, milk, and Cool Whip. I'm gonna need a spoon. Actually, I think let's just use a beater. Where are my beaters? So the first thing we gotta do is get the Cool Whip into the bowl. I don't know why I have to explain that, but I don't really have to explain that. This is not working, I need a spoon. And I'm like a stickler with ingredients. I like to actually get as much of the damn ingredient into the thing as I possibly can. It also helps to have the microphone on the counter while you're working so that you can't touch the counter without there being booms in the audio. The pudding mix needs to go in as well. Okay, so we got 2 packages here, so I have to do this twice. And then the second box. Okay, 3 cups of milk. 1, 2, 3. 3 cups of milk. There we go. Okay. And then we stir it up without getting it all over the place. So I've seen some recipes, like the recipe that I think was in my family forever says that you're supposed to fold it Like, what is folding? What does that mean? I'm just mixing it until it's pretty solid and consistent. You're basically looking for like a kind of a custard consistency. So, I mean, you're not making pudding, you're making custard. So, which is basically, I guess it's pudding with milk in it. Is that how that works? I think this is probably good. But yeah, I don't know what folding means. Like, I don't know what makes that better than just mixing it. Like, the goal is to get all of the things mixed, right? So what difference does it make? Okay, so let's put our custard aside for just a second. Let's get our glass dish here. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our graham crackers and we're gonna layer the bottom of the glass thing. This recipe is actually pretty simple. Like, honestly, the most difficult part of this whole thing is having a bunch of graham crackers and stuff left over and avoiding the urge to go ham on them. So when you blaze these things out, you're just looking for, like, it doesn't have to be artistically perfect. Like, what you're just trying to generally cover the bottom and make kind of a layer. So when you get over here to the side, you're most likely going to want to break these things up and then kind of fashion an extra layer here. Like this, kind of, sort of. Yeah, like that. Something like that, that's probably going to be good enough. Okay, so you're basically going to make 3 layers of graham crackers with 2 layers of pudding in between them. So basically you're going to want to use half of this on your first layer and then the other half on the second layer. And you kind of have to eyeball it. Like, it really does not have to be perfect. So let's just kind of pour it in there. And it's very common for like one layer to be thicker than the other. And guess how much it matters. But yeah, we're just trying to make sure that it's this. I am stupid. You're basically just gonna kind of smooth it out so it's not. You have to be gentle with it because, like you just saw a second ago, they will get all messed up and crazy, and you don't want to do that. So you have to put this thing in the refrigerator for like 3 hours, and what happens is that the custard will kind of get infused into the graham crackers and make them soft. So later on, when you eat it, the graham cracker layer is more like kind of a softer bread sort of a layer, more like a donut, as opposed to like graham crackers. And I think that's good enough. I like to, on my bottom layer, I will usually just have enough to cover the graham crackers sort of and make a good layer here. So I'm not sure if I told you guys, but I stink at this. So don't judge me, please. Okay, we have our first layer pretty much done. The top layer of my eclair cakes is usually bigger because I just underestimate how much I need for the first layer. So we'll set the rest of the custard aside. Like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now we're gonna make our second layer. So go ahead and take your graham crackers. You might need to open your second pouch at this point. Just. By the way, you guys like my apron? Isn't this the coolest apron? I'm so proud of my apron.
Yeah, fascinating.
Okay, I got this apron off of Etsy. I can't remember the name of the shop. I'll look, and if I can find it, I'll put it in the description of the video or something like that. Okay, so now you're gonna make our second layer. Doopy doopy doop. Just like so. Okay. We have our second layer of graham crackers down, so I'm going to take my spoon, which has custard all over it now. Okay. And we're going to dump the rest of the custard. Oh, I definitely probably should have put more on the first layer. Okay. So now we're going to take another pack of graham crackers, and we're going to make our top layer. Just like so. So we'll make our side layer over here. I have to be a perfectionist. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So this is basically the cake, basically. So this is probably fine the way that it is. Okay. I don't know why I did that. So now let's talk about the frosting. So the frosting, it's not gonna spread on like a normal cake because you have these graham crackers that are all loose. And so it's highly advised by myself and the instructions that you put the chocolate frosting in the microwave, which is what we're gonna do. We have to take the metal off because metal cannot go in the microwave. Okay. This says to put plastic wrap over the dish and put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour. I don't remember doing that, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, so I'll put the chocolate frosting in for about 20 seconds. It feels pretty soft. Really, you just want it to be soft enough where it'll pour out easily and then you can easily spread it without like disrupting the top layer of graham crackers. So let's pour a little bit out and we'll take a look, see how things go. In retrospect, I probably should have put the camera on that side since I'm right-handed. You'd be able to see a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break to clean up here for a second because this is ridiculous. And I'm gonna put this back in the microwave for just a couple more seconds. Seriously, I do try to keep somewhat of a clean kitchen, okay? Okay, so I think I'm gonna use this to spread it. I'm just gonna pour it down and then we'll just kind of spread it over with this thing. So let's see if it's ready. Yeah, that's going on a lot better now. Okay, I'm not sure if I said this before, but after you make this thing, it's got to go in the fridge for like 3 hours before you eat it. I mean, you could eat it like this, I guess, you know, but the instructions say to wait 3 hours, and that's what I've always done. And I think that that's done so that the pudding custard stuff will permeate through the graham crackers and kind of give it that soft sort of donutty bready taste as opposed to like the hard crunchy graham cracker taste. Didn't I have a spoon? I don't want to use that spoon. Look, normally I would totally use the same spoon and not care. But you guys are here and I want to make a good impression. I want to give you guys the impression that I'm a person that... Just forget it, okay? Just never mind. Alright, so there's a whole tub of cake frosting. So basically you want to spread this cake frosting out as evenly as you can without disturbing the top layer of graham crackers. Like, I'm telling you, once a layer of graham crackers gets disturbed, okay, and like it gets, oh, see, we got custard right there. That's not good. We can't have that. Oh no, oh no. It's weird, like whenever I frost something, it always feels like this is way too much frosting. And then I put the frosting on the thing and it's like, that's not enough. So I know that this looks super messy, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be so good. So excited. I mean, that might be good enough, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Is that okay? Look, I never said that I was good at this, okay? I just said that I knew how to do it. It's like I know how to play basketball. I'm not very good at it. Okay. So we basically made it. That's it. We just made Éclair Cake. So make sure you can get a good shot at that. I mean, right now you can kind of see, like, I guess the layers here. Maybe, can you see that? I don't know what you can see. All right, so now we have to cover it, right? We place the back in the fridge and let it chill overnight. So it says overnight. We're not gonna do that. I saw another recipe that said that it can just chill for about 3 hours. So we'll just do that. I want to shoot the rest of this video tonight, so I don't really have overnight at this point. So, all right, we're gonna put this back in the fridge. Where's the place? All right, there we go. And now the best part of making any cake is standing here and doing this. Oh my god, there's so much of it. There's like so much that I didn't use. And I'm like a stickler with ingredients. I like to actually get as much of the damn ingredient into the thing as I possibly can. Remember like 2 videos ago when I said that I don't eat a lot of sugar? Wait, hold on. Because I think I got not a whole spoonful, but I got a little bit in here. This is awful. I feel like, oh my god, look at that. Look at that, look at that. Oh, I just got, oh my god. Ah! I swear I'm not this much of a slob. Okay, so that's basically how you make eclair cake. Like I said, it's got to sit in there for about 3.5 hours, so we'll come back in a bit and we'll see how we did. Okay guys, it's been about 3.5 hours, so let's take a look at our finished product. So, it should be looking pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks weird, but I think that will do pretty well. Okay, so I think we'll take a little bit of a slice and put it on the plate here, and then we'll kind of get a good look at what the layers look like in between. So let's take a little bit of a corner piece here. Cut down like that. Oh yeah, it feels like it's got pretty good consistency down there. So take that and that. How about that? Should get us a good look. Pull up this little corner here, and we'll get it on the plate. Get on there. So you can't really see the layers that well, but you can kind of see in there. I'm not sure, is that a good sight? It just kind of looks mixed up right now, but you can kind of see how the layers are. So that's basically what it looks like. I want to see if maybe I can get a better shot of the inside of it. So you can kind of see how it looks, like how the cookie looks in the middle, how the graham cracker looks in the middle with the custard and everything in there. So I think that turned out pretty well, actually. You can't really tell the layering that well from a corner piece, so once we get into the middle of it, I'll take another picture and show you guys what it looks like. So here we are a couple days later. This isn't the most beautiful shot, but it's a pretty good view of the layers. The graham cracker should be somewhat soft, so not crunchy, but also not mushy. Usually when I make this cake, it only lasts for like 2 to 3 days, but it should keep pretty well covered in the fridge for about a week, I guess. And here's my kid being silly. Alright you guys, that's going to do it for this video. I certainly encourage you guys to give this one a shot on your own. It's a really simple recipe and I'm sure you're going to love it. It's definitely a favorite in our house. So are you going to sneak into the kitchen and eat half of it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm definitely open to doing more stuff like this. So if you have any cool recipes you'd like me to try, or if you have a better recipe for eclair cake, please let me know in the comments. Also, please make sure you follow me on my socials and all that other kind of stuff. And until next time, take care everyone, and I'll see you on the flip. Bye.
That was a good cake analysis.